Hey everybody, and welcome to another instant guitar lesson. We're going to focus on a classic shuffle pattern today, found in blues and rock and roll, and we're going to use Chuck Berry's 1964 song, No Particular Place to Go, as an example of this pattern. Check it out. As a teacher, I like using this song because of those built-in spaces in between those shuffle patterns. Okay, so before I go any further, a PDF of today's lesson is going to be available for you at my website, www.song-bike.com. And so you can find the PDF there, as well as a lot of other great PDFs and other great stuff. You can also get today's lesson in the Strum Pattern Bible. It's an ebook available from my website with tons of rhythm guitar patterns, strum patterns. So you might want to just check that out as well. $20, tons of examples, tons of pages. It's an ebook you download to your computer. Okay, so at the heart of what we're doing today is a power chord with a pinky being added. And it's tough, but I'm going to show you a trick. All right, so just to get you in the ballpark here, what you'll see on the PDF, a finger, I recommend the index finger, 6th string, 3rd fret. At the same time, ring finger, 5th string, 5th fret. Now you gotta get that sounding good first. Where you put your thumb is significant. Your thumb should be pointing straight up towards the ceiling. Your thumb should not be parallel to the neck like that, okay? Straight up towards the ceiling. It's kind of equidistant between the index and ring fingers, okay? Number one, get that power chord sounding good, okay? Now that shouldn't be too much of a problem for you. Give yourself a minute to get used to that. My middle finger is doing nothing, right? Don't be distracted by my middle finger. So far my pinky is doing nothing. Now here's the hard part. While maintaining that power chord, your pinky is going to have to reach up to the 5th string, 7th fret. And it touches the 5th string, 7th fret. It definitely does not touch the 6th string whatsoever. If your pinky leans over and touches the 4th or the 3rd or the 2nd or the 1st string, that's fine. We don't care about those strings down there, right? Now, many of you will struggle with getting the pinky up there. Okay, so here's a tip. Since what we're learning right now, this thing, which actually is called a G shuffle, that's the note G right there, since it requires a huge stretch, right? Let's prepare you for this in the future. We're going to slide this concept up. Where? Well, anywhere you want, because it just gets easier and easier as the fret spacing gets closer and closer, right? So with my beautiful 1963 Guild guitar here, I'm going to move it up to the 12th fret, meaning my index 12 on the 6th string, ring finger 14 on the 5th string. And when I need it, my pinky is going to play at 16 on the 5th string. Now, the fret spacing is so small here that what I'm doing is way easier than way down here at 3 and 5 and reaching up to 7, right? So here's how you get good at this concept. You practice it up high. You find wherever you can, make it sound good. And then glide back 1 fret. And keep going. And whether it takes you a minute, a day, a week, however long it takes you, little by little you work your way down until you've developed the flexibility and the stretch in that pinky where you can achieve this stretch. Okay? 3 and 5, there's my G power chord and the pinky at 7. So you get the idea, right? You start off way up here. We're not even worried about the name of the shuffle pattern. We're not worried about Chuck Berry right now at the moment. Okay, you pick a high starting place and you work your way down little by little. Now on the PDF, or if you get it in the book form from the Strum Pattern Bible, you will see the official form that I played at the beginning of the lesson in terms of how many times to do this one, and then dropping it down 1 string closer to the floor, And also eventually including that one as well. That's all spelled out in the PDF, okay? Or like I said, in the ebook called the Strum Pattern Bible. So this is not easy at first, but now you know the trick. Actually, let's say there's two tricks. One, your thumb has to be pointing up towards the ceiling, okay? Make sure your elbow is off your leg. You can't let your elbow rest on your leg, okay? You got to have that mobility. But the real strategy for mastering this is starting high up and little by little working your way down. And it might not happen in one practice session. It probably won't. Give yourself a week, and then see how you feel. And hey, if you're playing it and it sounds great, until you get to a lower down part, well then hey, you're making progress, right? So don't beat yourself up. If it takes you a little while to get way down here and nail it like Chuck Berry is, that's okay. And imagine doing it even further down. Imagine 1 and 3, and the pinky reaching up to 5. Let's see if my hands feel like cooperating today. All right, if I can do it, you can do it. All right. Okay, so there you go, everybody. An instant guitar lesson, something I do with a lot of my private guitar students, and I know you can do it as well if you are patient with yourself. Practice it a little bit every day. So one last sales pitch. Head on over to my website, www.song-bike.com. You can become a member and access the PDF for today's lesson, as well as a bunch of other great PDFs and videos and all sorts of stuff. At my website, even if you're not a member, you can purchase yourself a copy of the electronic book called the Strum Pattern Bible, which has no particular place to go in there, and lots of other great rhythm guitar patterns based on famous songs. Okay, that'll do it. Thank you for watching, everybody. I'll see you next time.